Most queries return a record set, that temporary table of all the records that match your chosen criteria. Once you've gathered your records together, you can then tell Access to provide some summary statistics about the records it's gathered. This is called a totals query. Let's see how we can use one to gain some insight into the performance of no obstacles across the various regions that we market to. I'm going to start a new query in Design View by going to the Create tab, Query Design, and I'm going to add a couple of tables. I'm going to add the Orders table and the States table. Now we can see in the background that those two tables aren't directly related to each other. I'll need to add an additional couple of tables to provide a link. We're going to add in the Products table and the Customers table. We'll go ahead and close the Show Table window. Now we can see that we have an unbroken link from table to table to table. I'll rearrange them so it's a little bit clearer of what's going on here. Now we can see that we have a customer. The customers live in specific states. The customers place an order for products. Now from these tables, I'm going to add in a few fields. From the States table, we're going to double-click on Region Name. And from the Orders table, I'm going to choose Receipt ID and Quantity. Now if I run this query right now, we'll see that we just get a listing of all the receipts here, which region they came from, and how many products were ordered on that receipt. Let's switch back into Design View. I'm going to change this record set now into a totals query by pressing the button at the top here in the Show Hide group, Totals. When I do that, you'll notice a new row shows up down on the grid below, Totals here, and everything is set to Group By. In this row, we'll choose the summary statistic type that we would like to apply to each column. We want to see each of our regions, so I'm going to leave that as Group By. For Receipt ID, I'd like to see how many sales we have in each region. I'll change this to Count using the dropdown. For the Quantity, we'd like to get the total number of products sold. I'm going to change this one to Sum. Now I can actually add some additional quantity fields to get additional statistics. I'll go back up to the Orders table, and I'll double-click on Quantity 3 more times. I'm going to change their totals to Average, Min, and Max. Finally, I can include a calculated column by typing in the formula here in this last field. I'll type an open square bracket, price, closing bracket, times an open square bracket, quantity, closing square bracket. This will multiply whatever is found in the price column by whatever is found in the quantity column from our tables. From that, I can change its statistic to Sum. This will give me the grand total of all of the orders placed within the region. Let's go ahead and run this query to see the difference. We'll run it, and we'll see each of our region names. Within each region, we can see how many IDs or how many receipts have been collected within each region. I can see that the Northeast region only has 29 total receipts. The sum of quantity tells us how many products were ordered. The average of quantity, and I'll have to enlarge this to see it, tells me the average number of products per receipt. The minimum of quantity tells me the lowest number of products on a receipt. In this case, the lowest number we had was 2. The maximum of quantity tells us the most number of products ordered on any one receipt in that region. In this case, 50. And finally, we can see the total value that each region has contributed to the company, $146,000 in the Northeast region. With a totals query, I can quickly see that the Northeast region is underperforming with only 29 total sales. But I can also see that the average number of products per sale is right on track with our other regions. From a management perspective, this is a pretty valuable insight. Instead of focusing our attention on selling more products to each customer, we should focus our energies in the Northeast region on gaining more customers overall. Turning on the Totals row in Design View unlocks several ways that I can collect many records into a group, such as our regions here, and then display the summary statistics across all the records in each group.